So do you think in Singapore too, is it culturally acceptable for girls to ask guys out on dates?
Hell yeah.
Hey guys, it's Joanna with ISAtv and welcome back to It's Complicated, our dating and love advice show. Today we have an awesome guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Shigga Shay from Singapore.
Hey.
What do I say, rappers?
Rappers.
I'm such a nerd.
Cool.
I'm like
rappers
artists, artists, musicians in Singapore.
Musician is cool. Yeah.
Musician. Anyways, he's an awesome, cool guy, and we're really excited to have you on.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about some thug stuff like love.
Tough love.
So we'll get started. So you're from Singapore, so I thought it would be fun to talk about the difference between dating in Southeast Asia versus over here.
I think, there's definitely a lot of similarities, but
Okay.
in Singapore it's a lot more conservative as compared to the United States.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like how so? Like what would you say is like the conservative part?
People are not as expressive. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure, like, you get shy and stuff in America too, but in Singapore it's on a whole nother level.
Really?
People are like shy to just, have a little like morning routine even. So like, let alone dating, man. It's a whole other thing.
Well, what about, I guess, in when you're actually like in the first stages of a relationship, like the first parts of like dating, is that any different, you think, than over here too?
I think the differences are more like, cultural differences. Like we do things a bit more different in Singapore, like as compared to America.
Yeah, like how's
like
that?
Singaporean families, like general families are more like not as open-minded as Americans, I would say.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of things that
Like moving in together kind of stuff, or like
probably like little stuff like that, like especially Chinese parents, they don't like to see their kids date like young. They want to see them like finish school and do this before they start dating.
I guess. So were you older than when you started dating as well?
Nah, I didn't wait. Yeah, it's part of like hip hop music.
Oh, that's true. You started dating at 13.
No.
No.
But I had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So do you think in Singapore too, is it culturally acceptable for girls to ask guys out on dates?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right,
it's cool, but like
nice.
I think in America it happens more frequently.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's just because Singapore being an Asian country, we're definitely more like conservative. So so girls, I mean it's kind of like a culture thing that girls don't make the first move. Yeah, so the guy as a gentleman has to have the balls to make the first move.
Yeah. Which I appreciate. I remember I asked a guy on a date once.
Oh really? How did it go?
Once. I did it once and I'll never do it again.
This guy was telling me like in LA, it's hard for people to stay in a relationship because you have so many options.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I actually do really agree with that. I think the city is just filled with a lot of possibilities. But because you have so many possibilities and so many options, you always are thinking maybe like, well, this is good, but then maybe I'll get the 6+ relationship when that comes out, or like the success relationship. You know what I mean? Always looking to upgrade. And I think that's kind of sad because I think there's something to be said about simplicity and about I don't know, being a little bit more conservative like that. I think just because you have many options doesn't mean that they're all right. So what about in terms of like meeting the parents?
Meeting parents, right?
Yeah, what's that like in Singapore?
It's usually like, the both parties would wait until the relationship is at a certain form of stability. Like you both know that, okay, maybe he or she is the one, then the meet the parents thing happens. But in America it's different, right?
Well, I've had people who you meet parents all the time.
Right.
Like, and I guess it depends on each relationship, but I've dated someone before where I met the parents like almost instantly.
Instantly?
Yeah, well, just because like especially in LA too, when everyone's a transplant, so when the parents are in town, they're like, it's really rare. So they're like, hey, so we just been dating a month, but here's my mom. And you're just like, because like I'm Japanese,
right?
Like and I don't feel like you should be meeting the family until you feel like. This is something, like you said, like someone that I really...
want your family to see, right?
Yeah. Especially because like my family's so close. Like I'm super close to my family. So I don't want to just introduce them to like someone where I'm like, well, maybe, this person is just okay for now.
Like
you know?
you don't want to like kind of have your parents grow an attachment with them.
Yeah.
So that if they don't happen, your
Yeah.
parents are like, oh, where was that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, guys. So now it is time for our viewer submitted question. So a viewer asks, my roommate is casually dating but has no intention of settling down. But I think that if you're going to date, you should have the intention of being with just them. What do you guys think?
What do you think?
Yeah, nice. That's up to me. Okay, so casually, basically it's like casually dating, yes or no? Well, I think if you go into every date with the pressure of like, this person has to be my future husband or wife, you end up kind of sabotaging it.
Yeah, you mess everything up.
Because you put your expectations up so high that like they make one human slight error, and then you're like, well, I would never marry you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Create like that perfect person.
Yeah.
Right? It never works out. Like if people kind of go into dating or go into a relationship thinking that okay, this has to be the one, this is gonna be the one, it never works out, man.
Yeah, and then maybe like even you want that person to be the one so badly that you start like overlooking little things, and you start just like forcing them into this image of the one, even though they're just a person you should have probably said goodbye to and like moved on to the next.
You should never try to change. It never works.
Exactly.
I think it's finding a balance, man. It's like going to dating but not putting too much pressure on it. Just have fun, you know.
And then something naturally, like you could want to like get married and settle down one day, or like have a relationship and settle down, but with that being the end goal in every single date, I just think that's a little
nasty.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, it's a little pressure, or nasty. Oh well, this has been so much fun, and thank you so much for coming all the way from Singapore.
Thanks for having me.
Is there anything that you want to tell our viewers about?
My album, my self-titled album, Shigga Shay. It's out on Spotify and iTunes now, so go get it, man.
Awesome. Well, dude, seriously, this was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Shout out to ISAtv for having me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joanna.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. But seriously, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of It's Complicated. Make sure you subscribe to ISAtv, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Peace.